Hey everyone, my name is Jay Mesa and I'm the O'Kane Park Neighborhood Association board as well as a spokesman for the Lakewood Sustainability Neighborhood. And O'Kane Park is the newest sustainable neighborhood to join the club. Today we're going to talk about the crown jewel of our neighborhood, which is the O'Kane Park, as well as the history of the O'Kane Park House. Now, I'm no expert on this, so we brought in a pinch hitter. Her name is Barb Heckel, and she's going to be walking us through some of the ins and outs and the past history of the park, as well as the house.
I'm Barbara Heckel, and I live in the O'Kane neighborhood. I've been here since, I guess, 1981. I started getting involved in things with the Alameda plan. The city was doing that, and they had many, many meetings. People came and gave their ideas of what they wanted Lakewood to be. And they put it all down in the plan, and from the plan, the big thing was this park, and it's pulled us all together. And I told you when we picked out, I don't know how to tell you this, but anyway, Debbie Coop and I went to all the playgrounds in Lakewood with my granddaughter and her kids, and we watched the things they played with. If they didn't play with something, we crossed it off the list. And then Ross Williams, who works for the city, had us come, and we sat there with our things that we wanted to have in the park. And he was wonderful. We just went through everything, and every piece that's in that park, Debbie and I picked out.
Now about the O'Kane Park House, its historical designation, it became one of the first historic landmark in Lakewood, and you were on the team to make that push. Tell me a little bit about what that entailed.
I was the team. It was nobody else, really. I shouldn't say nobody else, but the other person who helped me most was Barney O'Kane's daughter. And she lives up in Fort Collins. She brought all kinds of information about the family, and she was wonderful. And I have a good friend from that. So we still see each other quite often. We started doing things with the house, like when we have our annual picnic here, I'd talk to the city and they'd let us have an open house. So I wanted people to feel the house as part of this neighborhood, and I think they really do.
So the whole neighborhood got behind the push to make that a historic designation?
Yep. And in the newsletters for the O'Kane Park, there was always something in there. We had guests that would come and talk about the house and whatever. It's really, it was a neighborhood push to get that, really. Meeting after meeting after meeting. And the people here really, really wanted it. You know the pictures that you see all the time of the house?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Debbie Coop's father drew that. That's a little piece of information, but I think that's really nice. But we had so many people, we had so many things that were happening here. And again, you could see that in the newsletters. We had picnics, and we had, cleanups, and we had all kinds of stuff. It was a really very active group, and they were really, and we had a board that met all the time, and we did things. It was really very, very good. And that's, I think, why we finally got the house. It was meeting after meeting after meeting, and we got together with the Historical Commission, and we appeared before them a couple times, and that's how we really got the thing rolling. And then we went and had to stand before the Historical Commission, and then the final thing was to stand before the City Council. I want your children, your grandchildren, to look at that house and say, wow, that's how people lived when they first came here. It's living history. They will remember that rather than opening a book and reading it in a book. Just going in there and see how things were laid out, and like the kids go in there and they laugh about the bathroom. It's so small, and I always laugh. You sit on the john, you put your feet in the tub, and you wash your hands in the sink simultaneously. So that's, those kind of things are just, you see it, you'll remember it. I thought it was very important.
It's a very hands-on approach to historical preservation, which you don't see a lot of anymore.
No. I mean, you could read a book, but I mean, if kids see that house, they're going to remember it. This is one of the grants that we got, and this cost $13,000, and that's it. The architect came in and did all the Yeah, you see that? And inside, he wrote this pictures of everything, how to fix everything, how it was. So this took a long time.
Now, did your team supply the photos to put the grant proposal together?
Kelly did from her book, and I got pictures there too. The historian came to my house. In fact, we could tell it's Christmas time because my Christmas tree is in the background. And we spent the whole day, Kelly, taking pictures out, and that was for this grant. He came to the house, and he just did a wonderful guy. And here's the local landmark. He was really, I got pictures of him working. See this these are all Kelly's pictures. And he took them with the camera. There's her grandfather.
Oh, there's Barney.
Huh? That's Barney O'Kane Sr. Handsome man, huh?
I like his mustache.
Yep.
Your name is on the bench over there. Your last name is on the bench over there that overlooks the pond. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, Ed died. He had cancer. He was very sick for a long time, but he was very active in the city. You know, in fact, he was. What do you call it when you have a big parade? And you have the person not master of ceremonies. Oh, geez.
Major D.
Yeah, and he rode in the car.
Grand Marshal?
Grand Marshal, yeah. And he did that, but he was sick for a long time. But he did a lot. A lot of stuff he did in the park here too. So that's why after he died, a lot of people from the city and from the area got together and bought the bench, and that's what that sign says. It was in loving memory of Ed. So and I come over and sit down every once in a while there. It's good. So, but again, it was just. You have so many people here who really are dedicated to the park. And I was president for a million years, and every time I talk, I say, don't forget, when you're walking through the park, look at the house. If you see anything not right, call the police. It's our job to protect that house because it's ours. So, and again, it's really a wonderful place, and I'm glad we have it. And your children and your grandchildren will have this. It's going to stay.